This week we're going to test you and see how bulletproof your lower back is. You might recognize this machine. Some gyms have it, others gyms don't. It's the GHD or Glute-Ham Developer. This is a great machine for helping us both strengthen our lower back muscles and work on the endurance of those muscles as well too. There's a really good test actually called the Biering-Sørensen Test if you want to look this thing up. But this is one of the tools that we use for or in rehab to determine how strong and how much endurance do people's low back muscles have. So essentially all you're going to do is you're going to get up on the machine, you're going to be in kind of a full extended position, and then we're holding for time, right? There's kind of some interpretations for this, there's quite a few, but the norm for a healthy adult male is to be there for 2.5 minutes of just hanging out here before any kind of fatigue sets in. In general, we tell people, hey, if you can get to 60 seconds on here, that's a green light. That's pretty good for you to get into some real strength training and some real endurance work for those back muscles. You know, whether you're using the GHD or you're doing Supermans or you're doing some versions of deadlift, those are great tools for me to strengthen up those tissues. If you get to this point and you're on there for less than 60 seconds, that means we probably have to do a little bit of remedial work and looking at hamstrings and glutes and posterior chain in order to go strengthen those tissues before we just go and start putting a heavy load on the bar. So check this thing out for me this week. Get on the GHD and I want you to hold it there as long as you can. If you're between 1 minute and 2.5 minutes for men or females, you're in good shape. If you're less than that, it can be predictive of having low back pain with some heavier loads, and or it can mean that you were obviously experienced low back in the past. So check this thing out for me. Post your comments below and see how well you did on our test right through here. Give it a check.